Well, good morning. Lovely to be with you and back with another episode of Young Bloom's Flower School. Tuesday morning, the sun's sort of shining, and I want to do something that's completely British flowers, but it's also using a skill that I've taught myself in the last couple of weeks. So, don't know whether you can see here, I made a raffia basket. So I think the technique is called coiling. I'm not entirely sure, but it's coiled anyway, using raffia. Found a tutorial on YouTube and quite enjoyed making it. It's quite therapeutic, sort of switch your brain off. And I wanted to make an arrangement in this basket. So I've used two colours of raffia, so natural and I guess a dyed blue, sort of turquoisey blue. Inside for the mechanics, I have a pin head, heavy weighted one, and I'm going to use a saucer for water so that the saucer will go in, then the pin holder will go in, and then flowers will go in on top. So we're going to start using this basket. So just before we start the arrangement, I'm just going to show you the selection of flowers that we have. I cut last night from a flower patch up the road. So we've got all sorts, feverfew, statice, stocks, we've got dill, cornflowers. Foliage wise, we've got mint, bay. Also got snapdragons. I think that's it. So kind of the smell, I mean, I love the dill. The dill's glorious, so that's the stocks have a cinnamon sort of scent to them, which is beautiful. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the foliage just to give myself good coverage because I want to create a design that's going to be seen from all angles. So it could be for a wedding table centre. It would end up being quite high, I think, so that's one thing to bear in mind. So just poking the mint in, pin holder, it's holding quite nicely. So when you've got stems like this, so you can see it's got new leaf coming here, new leaf coming here, and then the flower head at the top. I would get as much use out of this as possible. Chop it into. Then you've got the floaty bit that can sit. Oh, you'll see it later, but right, that's a better angle, isn't it? You can see it now. So 3 pieces of mint and 3 pieces of dill so far. So I think at this point I'm going to add bulkier flowers. So we've got these peach stocks. I'll try and put the names of the. I think this is antique brown or something. This one's stock, and then this pale pink stock. Cutting everything at an angle so it gets good anchorage in the pin holder. When you're using these, you can move stuff. I'm going to put some snapdragons in. So we've got the pinky colour here. They're a bit more delicate, which I kind of like. I think that's the thing to remember is finer stem stuff won't necessarily stay where you want it to.
So I've sped myself
I just wanted
up
to
again
add some audio
and
in
just
here
continued
and
adding in bigger
doing it
blooms
and
like
talk
the
just around the
sunflower,
finer stem flowers
more
that I've got.
stocks
So I'm
filling in the
putting in
space.
snapdragons there. I've
I
also
think
got
there's going to
some
be a dahlia
cornflower,
coming
and
in
you find
somewhere. I've
until
only
you've
got
got
one
bulkier
at this
stems
point in
using
my
the pin
garden.
holder in the space, that the delicate stuff tends to fall out because the gaps of the pin holder are bigger than you need. So don't panic if you can't get that thinner stem in. Just wait until you've bulked up with foliage and bigger stem flowers.
So here's the finished arrangement, all done in a basket made by myself. Quite pleased with the effect, quite relaxed, all using British grain flowers and foliage, using a pin holder as the mechanic to keep the flowers in place, and relatively straightforward. So didn't want something that was bulky in its design, something so you can see the side shoots I talked about of the dill/fennel, verbena coming off, and there's feverfew sort of dancing around the top, which is quite nice. The bulkiest flowers are the stocks, and snapdragons with the 1 dahlia and 1 sunflower, which I'm quite pleased with. So, good way to just have a play, collect what you've got in your garden and sit and see what shapes work. Start with the foliage. Think about getting some bulkier flowers, so bigger headed stuff, so you're not filling with teeny tiny flowers. Get smaller size like Sweet William with snapdragons, which are a bit more delicate. And then think about your flowers that are going to dance over the top, so cornflower, dill, verbena, to finish the design off. So, hope you like it and look forward to seeing you next time.